Okay, so to find angle measures, we have to use what's called the inverse trigonometric functions. So if you look on your calculator, there's sine, cosine, and tangent. If you look above it, there's sine with a little -1 in the exponent. That means the inverse of sine, inverse of cosine, inverse of tangent. Not 1 over sine, 1 over cosine, 1 over tangent. It's actually the inverse, okay? That's what that little -1 means. It means inverse, okay? And we use inverse trig functions to find missing angles when we're given sides, but we need to find the angle measure, okay? So, if you know the sine, cosine, or tangent ratio of an angle, you can use the inverse of the ratio, sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse, to find the measure of the angle. Okay, so if we know the sine is some ratio, then we can solve for theta by using inverse sine of that ratio. So instead of taking sine of an angle, we take the inverse sine of a ratio, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, same thing for cosine. If we want to know theta, we take inverse cosine of the ratio. And same thing for tangent. If we want to know theta, we just take inverse tangent of that ratio. Okay? We say to the -1, that's inverse, inverse, inverse. Okay? So, let's do some examples. Let's do number 7. Okay, and I think there's a couple more on the other side. Yeah, we'll do 2 examples together. Okay, so number 7, they give us theta. We want to find theta. Okay, they also give us 2 sides. Okay, I'll write SOHCAHTOA down here. That way we don't have to move back and forth. Okay, they give us 2 sides in relation to theta. They give us the opposite side and the adjacent side, which means we're going to be using tangent. Okay, so if we know that tangent of theta equals 8 over 14, and we want to find theta, we take theta equals inverse tangent of 8 over 14. Okay? And that's what we're going to plug into the calculator. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay? So let me zoom out really quick. Okay. So you're going to go second tangent, because right above tangent is that inverse tangent. And you're just going to plug this in, 8 divided by 14. Enter. And there's your angle measure. 29.74 is what theta is. Make sure you write degrees, okay, because we're talking about angles. Degrees is that little circle, okay? That's what degrees, the symbol for degrees is. All right. Let's flip it over and do number 9. That's on the other side. Okay, and we'll do the evens in class just like we always do. Okay. So number 9, they want theta. They give us the opposite side and the hypotenuse, so we're going to use sine. So sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So to find theta, we're going to go theta equals sine inverse of 17 over 22. And I'll again show you how to plug this in your calculator. Okay. So you're going to go second sine inverse of 17 divided by 22. Make sure you close the parentheses too, okay? And that gives us 50.59. We'll say 50.6 degrees because it's 0.599. All right. So that is how you use inverse trig functions to find angles. All right. Next, in the next video, we're going to do some application. Okay, we're going to do angles of elevation and depression.